This is another Making Comics 101 quick tip. Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome, mad creators, to the underground laboratory where together we're going to create some awesome comics, because this is a Making Comics 101 quick tip. Typically, the way we do this is I put out my issue, that's what we call it, basically an episode. We call them issues because it's all comics related. But introducing a topic for the week, this week we are talking about penciling. We're breaking this one down in a couple different episodes. So we just, in this past issue, the first one we put out on Monday, I just talked about kind of preparing yourself for inking and some things to worry about, or not to worry about, actually. Some of the questions I get most of all, which is what kind of tools do you use, so I addressed that. And the other one is how do I find my style, and I also addressed that. We actually had two quick tips this week. Normally we do a bonus episode, a longer form episode where I kind of do a deep dive and get into the sort of the minutia, or you know, a little more of a teaching type episode, an exercise. But this time, since we just had those two things, talking about tools, talking about style, I decided to do two quick tips, because next week when we dive even deeper into penciling, then I'm going to go deeper with two bonus issues. So there should be a lot of content next week that can help you as far as getting started penciling, if you're started, or if you're already penciling, whatever the case is. But that's kind of just to let you know what's going on. So yeah, Friday, usually we do a quick tip. It is Friday if you're watching this as I upload it. So like I said, I talked about tools. So today I am going to talk about style. Now, what I had mentioned in that episode is don't worry so much about your style. I think too many artists worry about that. I think that's something that can come naturally, and it usually did. It did for me. People say that, oh, I can recognize your style. I don't. To me, it's just the way I draw. I don't really know. I don't know what it is that people pick out that say, oh, that I can definitely see that's Scott Serkwins's artwork or whatever. So I don't, and not that I wasn't guilty of that in the beginning. I was always trying to, oh, I gotta find my style and all that. And pretty much I just decided not to worry about it, and then my style just kind of came to be. So just as an exercise, I thought it would be fun just to, you know, kind of dive into some different styles, test some different styles out. Now, if you've been following this series, you know that I've been working on sort of this mock story. It's just a 3-page story. Just to use an example, it's called Concrete Jungle. It features this character called Wild Thing, which is sort of a cross between Spider-Man and Tarzan. He lives in this environment, this post-apocalyptic environment where all the, you know, buildings have been dilapidated and overgrown by plant life, and he uses his power to control that plant life to kind of swing around like Spider-Man and everything and fight crime. So this is the character that I developed. It's pretty basic. I just use my, you know, I don't know how much of this is my style. It's pretty basic. Like I said, I just use the tools in the Comic Maker Toolkit or Starter Kit. The Starter Kit is free. You can download that. There's a link in the description of this, and it comes with like character design templates and things like that. And so that's kind of what I use. And the one on the toolkit actually has front, side, and back views for both male and female. So anyway, so I use that template. This is the front view. So this is sort of my character, Wild Thing, just to give you an idea what he looks like, the basic character. So I thought it would be fun. What if I did this character in the style of some other famous illustrators that have a really unique style? So I decided to go with this one here. This is sort of my interpretation of if Jack Kirby was to draw my character. So that's sort of the Jack Kirby drawing. Yeah, hopefully that comes across as Kirby. Kind of got that Kirby action pose and everything. The big bold lines, all that stuff that just hopefully spells out Kirby. Now, I can't say that I am as talented as Jack Kirby, so that's my best interpretation of that. So, but the whole idea behind this is to just test different things out, and you may find little bits as you're testing out other artist styles with one of your own OCs or original characters. You may start to notice certain things that you like, and you might be able to incorporate that. But don't just take one artist's interpretation wholesale. Borrow little bits and pieces from other different artists. So I thought, you know, what if I did a matte graining, like a Simpsons style version of my character? So this is how my character would appear if he was in The Simpsons. That was a fun one to do. All right. Now I did one more, and so I'm a big fan of Batman the Animated Series. I love the character designs by Bruce Timm. So I thought, what if my character did like a guest spot in Batman the Animated Series? And this is sort of what I came up with. So that is sort of my Bruce Timm version of my character Wild Thing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun using these different, testing out these different styles of these artists that I admire. So, why not try that out with some of your own characters? Look at, try a Simpsons version, or maybe you do like the Bruce Timm version, or Jack Kirby, or whatever. Or if you like Liefeld, you can put a bunch of pouches and stuff over him and have like 1,000,000 teeth in his mouth and all that stuff. Whatever artist that you really admire, try to take that interpretation and work it into your own thing just for fun. But having said all that, again, I always go back to what I was saying with don't worry too much about style, but that is a fun exercise. So that is my quick tip for today, and I'll see you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media, and now you can support the work that I do on Patreon. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.